Microsoft just announced Azure AI Foundry at Microsoft Build 2023, and this is their new fully managed AI supercomputer for large language models, or LLMs. This is an incredibly exciting announcement. I have been fortunate enough to work with some of the early access partners like Anthropic, and I am really excited to see how this will help accelerate LLM innovation. In today's video, we are going to take a look at what is Azure AI Foundry and why it matters. Let's go. First off, if you're looking for more videos like this one on all things AI and machine learning, please make sure to subscribe. Second, if you have feedback or suggestions for things that I can improve upon, please leave them in the comments below. With that out of the way, let's talk about Azure AI Foundry. The first thing I think you should know about Azure AI Foundry is that it was created to enable developers to easily train and deploy large language models at scale. And the best part here is that these are open models. What does that mean? Well, it means that Microsoft isn't trying to lock you into using any specific model like GPT-4 or anything like that. Instead, you'll be able to use your own models or models from other providers like Anthropic or whatever the case may be. This is really important because it allows for a lot more flexibility and freedom. When it comes to building your applications, you are not locked into a specific provider, and you can take advantage of the benefits of each provider. Now, here are some of the capabilities of Azure AI Foundry. First off, it has high-performance compute. It uses GPUs and is optimized for AI workloads. It also has massive storage capacity, up to 480 terabytes per node for large models and large data sets. It also has high-speed networking for fast data transfer. And then finally, it has a centralized management experience, so you can easily manage all of your resources in one place. Here are some of the features of Azure AI Foundry. First off, there's GPU acceleration, which, as I mentioned before, enables faster training and inference. There's also dynamic scaling, which allows you to automatically scale your resources up or down based on demand. Then there's model parallelism, that distributes a single, large model across multiple GPUs for parallel processing. And then finally, there's pipeline parallelism, which allows you to train multiple models in parallel. And now I want to talk about some of the use cases for Azure AI Foundry. I'm going to highlight 2 of them today. But keep in mind that there are literally endless possibilities when it comes to LMS. So the first use case that I want to highlight is real-time language translation. And with Azure AI Foundry, you can build applications that translate text or speech in real time from one language to another. Now, this can be used for all sorts of things, like, for example, chatbots or virtual assistants that need to understand and respond in different languages. Or maybe you want to build a website or application that automatically translates content for people who speak different languages. Possibilities are really endless here. Another use case that I want to highlight is document understanding. With Azure AI Foundry, you can build applications that extract insights from unstructured text data, such as documents or emails. For example, imagine you reworking in the healthcare industry and you have tons of patient records stored in documents or emails. You can use Azure AI Foundry to build an application that automatically extracts important information from those documents, such as symptoms, diagnoses, treatments, and so on. This could then be used to improve patient care or develop better treatments, or whatever the case may be. Another example here could be in the legal industry, where you have tons of legal documents, and you can use Azure AI Foundry to automatically extract key information from those documents, making it easier for lawyers to review them, or whatever the case may be. Now, before we move on, I want to highlight that these are just 2 use cases. Again, the possibilities with LLMs are endless. And if you're interested in learning more about LLMs and the different use cases, make sure to check out my video on Large Language Models Demystified. I go over everything from the basics of what LLMs are to some of the advanced concepts like few-shot learning and so on. So it's definitely worth checking out. All right, now let's take a closer look at how Azure AI Foundry works. The first thing you need to do is obviously provision the service, and once you've even done that, you can start defining your model and training job. So when it comes to defining your model, you have a bunch of options here. First off, you can choose from a variety of pre-trained models that are available through the Azure Machine Learning Model Hub, or you can bring your own model, whether it's open source or something that you trained yourself. You can also use tools like Anthropic's Claude to fine-tune your models, which is really powerful. So once you've defined your model, you can move on to the training job. Here you need to specify things like the training data, the training compute, and the output location. And then finally, you can start the training job. Azure AI Foundry will then use the specified resources to train your model, and this process can be monitored through the Azure portal, where you can track the progress of the training job and view metrics like loss and accuracy, and so on. Once the training is complete, the model is saved and can then be used for inference, or you can continue training for longer. When it comes to the training compute, you have a few options here. First off, you can choose from a variety of VM sizes that are optimized for AI workloads. You can also take advantage of GPU acceleration to speed up the training process. Then finally, you can use dynamic scaling to automatically scale the training compute based on demand. Now let's take a look at some of the pricing details for Azure AI Foundry. So the cost of using Azure AI Foundry will vary based on a number of factors, including the size of your model, the amount of training data you have, and the amount of compute you use. However, Microsoft has provided some estimates, and here's a quick summary of what you can expect. If you train a model with less than 1 billion parameters, it should cost around 10 cents to $1 per thousand training examples. If you have a model with 1 billion to 10 billion parameters, it should cost around $1 to $10 per thousand training examples. And if you have a model with more than 10 billion parameters, it should cost around $10 or more per thousand training examples. Overall, Azure AI Foundry is a really exciting development for the AI community, and I'm really excited to see how it will help accelerate innovation. It provides a flexible and powerful platform for training and deploying LLMs at scale, while also being open to a variety of models and use cases, as LLMs continue to grow in popularity. I think we will see more and more applications built on top of Azure AI Foundry, leading to some really innovative and exciting developments. With that said, there are still some challenges that need to be addressed when it comes to LLMs. One of the biggest ones is obviously bias and fairness. LLMs are trained on massive amounts of data, and if that data is biased, then the model will also be biased. This can lead to unfair or discriminatory outcomes, which is obviously not good. Another challenge is explainability and transparency. LLMs are often considered to be black boxes where it's difficult to understand how they arrive at a particular output. This lack of transparency can make it difficult to trust these models, and they can also be vulnerable to adversarial attacks, where malicious actors can input data that causes the model to produce an incorrect or unexpected output. Despite these challenges, I am optimistic about the future of LLMs, and I think that tools like Azure AI Foundry will help us overcome them by providing a platform that is open, transparent, and accessible to everyone. This concludes our introduction to Azure AI Foundry. If you liked this video, please hit the like button and let me know in the comments what you think about Azure AI Foundry and how you plan to use it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Also, if you're looking for more videos like this one, please make sure to subscribe. Cover a wide range of topics in AI and machine learning from beginner to advanced levels, so there's something for everyone. Finally, if you have any suggestions for topics that I should cover in future videos, please leave them in the comments below. I always appreciate your feedback, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks for watching.